Being the third entry in the series, Super Smash Bros. Brawl can easily be stated as the one for the Wii. The year is 2006, and we get a new lineup of games being announced for the Wii, one of those being Smash Bros. The hype around a new Smash game was big, and still is big to this day, but the same questions were being asked, like who's going to be a newcomer, how will it fare against Melee, and what will improve and what will be new. Well, we wouldn't get an answer until another 2 years later. The game was slated for a holiday 2007 release, but was delayed, I can only assume, for polishing reasons. But to keep fans at bay, they did have the Smash Dojo. The Smash Dojo was a website that updated fans on what was going to be new within Brawl, and man, what a site it was. Every week it would be updated with either a new character, item, stage, or even just a small detail about the game. It was truly a way to get people hyped up for a new Smash game. But enough on how the game came to be. It is released, and it's been released for a while now, and well, I think you know what people think of the game. I guess you could say the flaws started popping up once you realize it's for the Wii. Not to say that this is a bad thing, the Wii was a good console that did a hell of a lot for the consumer market. However, the power of the console was that of similar to the GameCube, so in order to make the game look better than the last, they gave the game more of a photorealistic look. To put it lightly, we got some fucking denim. Denim is not the only thing we got, as the game is packed with a lot more stuff than just trendy clothing. For instance, third-party characters were finally introduced, those being Solid Snake and Sonic the Hedgehog, and oh, what a sight that was. You could finally have Mario and Sonic duke it out, and with Sonic having the shittiest moveset alive, Mario would always win. Not only that, but we got a lot more creative stages with options to play some from Melee, leaving the door open for some creative fun. But the fun starts to stop once you realize that the physics were changed. I know Melee was like cocaine on crack, but this game is like if a turtle somehow amputated their legs. It's so slow to the point of making it accessible to everybody. Oh wait, that's why it's slow. People harp on Brawl for this, but it makes sense as to why the physics are a bit slower than Melee's. The Wii was a consumer's device, and to put a game that wouldn't be for consumers on it would be kinda stupid. Plus, this makes it so Brawl is more accessible to people who might not know the way Smash works. The game also flip-flops between being lighthearted in some cases. This is seen with the fact that there's little things like Special Brawl, a mode where you can add a bunch of properties to make the fight more fun, new items that, let's be honest, we all turn off, and the newcomers. Outside of third parties, there are a lot of new characters in Brawl, and I'm gonna name them all. You got Diddy Kong, Ike, King Dedede, Lucario, Lucas, Meta Knight, Olimar, Pit, Pokemon Trainer with Squirtle, Ivysaur, Charizard, Rob, Snake, Sonic, Toon Link, Wario, Wolf, and Zero Suit Samus. Some were full-fledged characters, while others were combined into two, like Pokemon Trainer or Zero Suit Samus. All of them do have unique movesets that take their ideas from their respective games, although Pit was a weird inclusion. The character came from the NES days, much like the Ice Climbers, so to get him in such an updated form was nice. This also kind of kicked off Kid Icarus Uprising, so yeah, this game kind of brought the series back. Yeah, having all of this isn't really that bad. Oh wait, that's right, they added in tripping. Why? Oh, who thought this was a good idea? Tripping adds nothing but vulnerability, and in a fighting game, that is not what you want. And there is no skill you gotta learn to not trip, it just happens at random. It turns what's supposed to be a fighting game into a party game, and while that can be a plus for some people, for the competitive players, it's just a deal breaker. Melee had, and still has, a big competitive scene, just on the sheer fact that it's fast paced and it plays like pure butter. Oh man. Oh, so good. Not to say that Brawl doesn't play like butter, but adding in tripping enables the loss of consistency, losing a lot of the competitive scene when that happens. Putting random chance in a fighting game does nothing but ignore the skills of the experienced player. It almost makes everyone in this grand scale of a roster feel a little bit more similar. But with such a grand scale of characters, you would expect there to be more than just silly fighting and fun game modes. This game has a fucking story mode. Subspace is the mode that as a kid made me shit my pants. Not only was it a fun adventure mode, but it was also a way to unlock all the hidden characters. A big thing for me were these silent cutscenes. Not silent in the way that there was no sound, but in the way that the characters wouldn't talk, and you know what? It works. You can easily convey what each character is trying to get across through their movements and personalities alone. The story actually made a bit of sense as well, but I'm not putting James into getting all that footage, so instead I'll focus on the areas you go through. Now, you got a variety of areas, like lame, boring, and stupid. All generic with all generic enemies, and it begs the question of why not recreate some old NES levels? I mean, we do fight non-playable bosses that are cool, but the areas that accompany them are not so cool. It's just like a landscape scenery that they photographed and put in the game, and it's dumb, and it kind of bores me. But that's not the only thing that's generic, because they fucked up the other modes too. Classic mode is not randomized. Instead, it's just a set of characters you have to fight through that don't change. The break the targets isn't as fun, as they're all set now and there's only 5 of them that cycle through. Event mode is kind of the same thing, only worse, seeing as these events are not as fun and not all too special. The vault is actually the only good thing here. You can do a lot of things here, starting off with playing games to earn trophies. Yeah, the trophies are back from Melee, and they're even more of a son of a bitch to collect. There are so many of them. Too many, in fact, to the point where half the time I give up on even looking for these things. But hey, if trophies aren't your thing, try using stickers. These things I thought were useless until I saw that they can change your stats in the subspace. It's here where you can also play demos of classic games, but only demos, for like a minute and 30 seconds. And finally, the stage creator, and while limited, it's still cool to get creative and try to make a fun stage. It's a fun time. What's also a fun time is the new item that was added to the game. The Smash Ball. The thing that would stop all the fighting and it would turn into a game of get the Smash Ball! Oh, I just spit all over my pop filter. Once received, the player would unleash a powerful attack that more or less would cause enough damage. The idea is cool, but the execution is just wrong. It's clear that some characters' final smashes are better than others, causing an imbalance between all of them. It's disappointing because it makes what's a big deal within the game feel very small and pointless. And throughout the video, I have been harping on Brawl for the many flaws that it has. I only do this because I'm just noticing them as I play the game. But if you were to put Brawl on a standalone pedestal, it's not that bad of a game. Yeah, things were changed for Melee, but that's to be expected seeing as this is a sequel. This is not to say the game is bad, I think it's still a solid game, but for an entry in the series, this is where I start to see its weakness. Melee was a big improvement over the first game and added so many new things while improving on the old. Brawl kind of did neither. It didn't improve on the old, rather it was stripped down for a different kind of audience, and what was added was a big mode with no other small modes in sight. I don't really think Brawl is a good Smash game, but that doesn't mean it's a bad overall game. I still think it's fun, and it's way too easy to mod. Seriously, try it. It enhances Brawl in such a fun way. But yeah, that's Brawl for you. Not too good, but not that bad either. And with that, you're going to be getting a 2-in-1 with the next video, that being Smash 4. I'm going to be doing both systems and both versions of the games. But until then, here is James, the person who gathered footage for this video and edited it as well, with the closing statement. James, what the fuck?